What's happening, guys? Welcome back to the channel. Excited for today's adventure. We've got a hot one on our hands, but that's not stopping us from trying to catch a spillway monster. We're down here below the giant spillway, and if you take a look, you can see that it is absolutely raging. We're down here in hopes of catching some catfish. I don't really care what we catch, but these are good conditions to catch a big flathead. There hasn't been much water coming out of here for a while. We've had a lot of rain, the lake filled up, and they're finally releasing all this water. And when they start releasing new water, there's new fish that swim up here to the spillway normally, and it can be one of the best times to catch an absolute monster fish. So, I've got a whole lineup of rods and reels over here we're gonna be fishing with today. Today's video is sponsored by Piscifun, and I've got a full lineup of their big game reels here. I've got the Piscifun Ali Joe's 400H bait caster. Got spooled up with some, I think that's 30-pound braid. It might be 50-pound braid. Should be 50-pound braid to like a 50-pound leader. Got a Carolina rig on that rod. I've got the Piscifun Chaos Pro round bait cast reel for catfish. This thing is sweet. I got it spooled up with straight 50-pound monofilament. And then right here we got a spinning rod. This is the Piscifun Nautix 6000. This is an awesome heavy-duty spinning rod. I've caught quite a few fish on this reel already, both in salt and freshwater. It is really nice. And then we've got a backup Piscifun Ali Joe's 400H. I'm wanting to have a 4-rod spread out here just to maximize our chances at catching something. I've messed around with each of these reels over the last couple of months, and they are rock solid, but I have yet to hook up with a true spillway monster on them, especially in heavy current like this, so I'm excited to test them out. So for bait, let's talk about it. Just wrangled us up some fresh bait, all sunfish. Look at these, perfect. Oh, I can't get them, they're feisty. They're feisty. Perfect little bluegill. We're gonna be throwing some of these guys out live, trying to target some big flatheads. We're also gonna cut some up for cut bait. Got several bluegill in here, got some a little bit bigger. I've even got one of the flathead catfish's favorite things to eat in here somewhere. There he is. There he is. That is one of a flathead catfish's favorite things to eat. Oh. And I really like using the long-eared sunfish for bait because they're extra hardy on the hook, so that should be good. But I'm sure y'all can tell I am really excited. The only thing I'm not excited about is how hot it is and that there's no shade up here. But there should be a shade line developing at some point. We're gonna start here right below the spillway. If this doesn't work out, we'll slide downstream a little bit, and we'll just kind of keep moving around and trying to figure out where these fish are at. There should be some fish here. There's no reason for them not to be here. It might just be a feeding window type thing when they start biting, but hopefully we'll drop right down and get bit immediately. So I'm gonna get the rods that are already rigged up down. I'm gonna rig up my other ones, get them all situated, and let's see what happens. But before we get going, be sure to check out the reels that I'm using today over at Piscifun. I have a link to them in the video description. You can also use our code CJ18 to save 18% off your order. I've been more than impressed with the quality of these reels so far in my testing. I think that y'all will enjoy them too, especially since they are at such a budget-friendly cost. I mean, this reel compares to my Tranx's, which are $400 reels, and this is only around 100 bucks. So you really can't beat the quality for the price. So again, check them out. Link in the description. Thanks so much to Piscifun for sponsoring today's video, and let's get after it. Let's go. Who wants to go first? He wants to go first. Got ourselves a little 3.5, 4-inch bluegill right here. Gonna rig him up live on this circle hook. This is a 7/0 circle hook. I like to rig him up right there behind the dorsal fin so they can kick around. I got this one on a Carolina rig. It's a 4-ounce weight. I'm hoping that it'll be heavy enough. If not, I got some heavier weights. Go on ahead and get up here. Parkour! Oh yeah, this looks really promising. Hey, we're just gonna walk over here and drop this one down. We've got a little bit of backwater. It's gonna be really loud because we got the spillway going. We'll drop it down just right here. All right, good luck, little buddy. We're set. Let's get another rod rigged up. Next bait we're gonna drop down is a little bluegill head. I got this just plain J hook. Look him right through the lips. And we're gonna drop him down next to this other rod. We're gonna toss this one down into this little gate. Perfect. And so this reel's actually got a bait clicker, so I'm gonna go ahead and click it. Engage it so that a fish can't yank this thing into the water. Just rigged up our long-eared sunfish. We're gonna drop it down by the wall. Fish on, fish on, fish on, fish on. Oh no, he's got me stuck. Dang, we had our first good bite and he got me stuck in a rock and broke it. Got it, fish on. Yeah, finally got one. Woo, these little guys have been so hard to catch. I've been feeling them biting it. Haven't been able to get a hook in them. I knew it was small channel catfish, and there's gotta be some bigger ones down there. But we finally got one. I put a tiny, small circle hook on, and we finally got us a catfish. If I had a cooler with some ice, I'd keep this one and eat him. He's not very big, but he's big enough to get some fillets off of. But we're gonna send him back and get another bait down. See if we can catch another one. That's one. We just missed one on our other pole, and now we got this one. So maybe the bite's starting to pick up, although this pole's been getting bit quite a bit. It's just been what I think is smaller channel cats, but we'll take it. Send him back. Woo! Fish on, fish on, fish on. Fish on. Oh, he came off. What was that? Was that a gar? Look at this fish. This was my live bluegill. He's obviously not alive anymore because something ate the gills out of him. I guess there was a turtle or something down there. I don't know. I'm gonna cut him in half and I'm gonna chunk him out there where it just had that big bite. Fish on. Fish off. This pole right here just bounced. Fish on. Got us another little kitty cat. I've gotten a couple of good bites on the other poles down at the end. Starting to get a little bit of action. Finally got another little catfish. Or it really wasn't that long after our first one. But the poles down the end are starting to get some action. Another good little channel catfish, not a monster, but a good one. We're sending back. Whoop. Fish on. Be a catfish. That's a catfish. Or is it a big old gar? It's a big old gar. Hooked up. It's a big old giant gar, I think. I can't really tell. Yeah, it's a big old gar. Woo! About time we got something big hooked up good. Get up here. I don't even know what that is. What is that? That's a big one. Oh, he dropped it. I didn't know how to boat flip that one. Yeah. Yeah, that's a big one. Fish on. Oh, he spit it out again. There's so many gar. It's every cast. It's been a fun, but also kind of frustrating outing so far. I sat out there with the live sunfish for a couple of hours, didn't get any bites on them, and then made the little swap up to some little pieces of cut bait. Finally got those 2 small channel catfish. Since then, I haven't had any more bites on those. And then for the last hour, I found a little spot. I actually had what I think was a catfish hooked up. It was rolling like one. Came off, and I found this little hole, and it's loaded with fish, but it seems like it's mostly gar. And so that's been, you know, it's fun because we're getting action, and it's like as soon as it hits the water, it's getting bit. But just not hooking up. Well, I'm hooking up with them, but they just kind of spit it out when I get close to landing them. And so now I've actually ran out of bait, and got to go down here and get some more. They absolutely went through all my little chunks as I started getting bit by those gar. I could probably walk down the wall and go land them, but don't really want to. I don't really care to land them that much. The catfish, they should stay on. I should be able to boat flip them because the gear is pretty heavy duty, and I got the heavy duty line. But yeah, we're gonna go down here, catch us another couple of brim, and post it for a little bit longer. Probably drop another live one down, just to see maybe if it's a timing deal. There's got to be a flathead or a big blue or a big channel catfish down there. But let's see if we can get some more fresh bait real quick. Whenever I was throwing my net earlier, I caught a couple of bass, and they were good ones, which makes me want to come back over here and do a little bit of bass fishing. I got my kayak and I have a few bass poles, but we're gonna try to catch the catfish first, catch a better one. But this was a good spot here for bait. Let's see if we can get another one real quick. Pretty good throw. Oh, I got a log perch. That's cool. Let me show you this guy. I can't use him for bait. Let me show you guys this fish. I think these are one of the coolest fish. This is a log perch. It's a type of darter. They call it log perch because they kind of have the same yellow perch coloration, but really cool. I bet a catfish would smoke him. You probably could use that for bait, but I'm not going to. They're too cool. Would like to get some shad, to be honest. Usually I don't have any problem catching shad, but when I was getting bait earlier, all I got was bluegills. But I got none on that throw, so that kind of is a bummer. Let's try. Oh gosh. Water feels really good. It's nice and cool coming out from that dam. I caught those bass right there. Oh yeah. Did I catch another bass? Boy, you can't make that up. Oh, I told you I was catching, so I caught a bass right there. And now I just caught another one. Look at this. I wasn't lying. And that's a chunky one. It's like a 15-incher. Healthy. I mean, if you're catching bass in the cast net, you know that there's quite a few there. Most of the time, they are able to avoid the net. And I caught a bunch of brim here earlier. That's 2 throws with none. Let's try again. Right over here, I'm trying to avoid, I know there's a bunch of rocks over here and I do not want to get my net stuck. Not really willing to risk it for the biscuit if I don't have to. That's a terrible throw. Oh, got the net stuck. Oh. Hey, I got a fish. I got a couple of fish. We risked it for the biscuit. And we got a little biscuit. Woo! That was sketchy. All right, there's 2 brim. Let's get some water for them. One brim, 2 brim. Good little bait fish size brim. I don't want no big ones. All right, didn't even break my net. That was sketch. I'm glad it didn't break. Let's do one cast over here. I bet we catch another bass. Would not be surprised. Perfect throw. 1, 2, 3. It's only a perfect throw if you catch something. Dang, where'd all my bait fish go? Got another one right here in front of it. Oh, I got a shad. Or a shiner. I got a shiner. Yes. Did get something. Got some sort of little shiner here. That'll be good bait. I know a gar will crunch that guy. If I was a bluegill, I'd be right here. This is a super sketchy spot. Oh gosh, man. Well, we got our gar. Do not tear up my net. Get out of there. Look at this big old spotted gar we just caught. That's a big spotted gar. I felt my net shaking. I was like, oh, there we go. We done got something good. Nope. And that's what's been eating all our brim. We can't get away from those guys. Let's get one more piece of bait. I would like to get one more bluegill because I can work with those two. Cut them up in about 3 or 4 pieces. There's got to be another one over here. Hey, got another little long gear. That'll work. Hooked up, hooked up, hooked up, hooked up. Drive the hook into him. It's a gar. He's off right there, same spot, every time. Why can't one of these be a catfish? I can't believe it, I've never seen this down here. This many gar with no catfish. I love this reel. I just want to catch a fish with it. All right, this is gonna be the last cast. I'm down to my last piece of bait. I've gotten bit every cast by gar, and that's it. It's crazy. I got one last little long-eared sunfish. Let's cross our fingers that a catfish finds it and eats it. Please. Please. Okay, it's getting hammered. It's getting hammered. Fish is on there. No. Anticlimactic. Another bait stolen by a gar. I need a treble hook. It's harder for those gar to not get hooked if you're using a treble hook. Dang, I swapped from a circle hook to a J hook thinking I could get one, but I think that's it. I'm out of bait. Yup. Dang it, man. Guys, I don't even know what to say about that. That was one of the longest, most painful and grueling fishing days that I have endured in quite some time. I mean, there was no reason that we shouldn't have caught more than 2 catfish. We should have caught a dozen catfish at that spot today. I mean, conditions weren't perfect, but we had great gear. We had great bait. We had some current coming through the dam. We had some good little backwater eddies right there by the wall and then out there in front of the spillway. And I don't even know, guys. Like, we spent the first couple hours with live sunfish trying to go for a big flatty because there should have been some. Didn't get that bite. Got a few little nibbles. Then we cut it up into smaller pieces. And we did catch those 2 channel catfish. Did have a few more bites. I think we could have targeted those channel catfish a little bit more and gotten a few more of those little guys, but they were just small. and I wanted to catch something big, and there should have been some bigger channels or even just some normal like 2 to 3 pound channel catfish out there. I've fished that spillway my entire life, and never have I been out there under these type of conditions and done that poorly. But I guess that's, you know, that's fishing for you. And what else was frustrating is that we were getting a lot of bites, and that kind of like baited me in, but they were all gar. I can't say I've never seen that many gar there, because I have, but I've never had like that much gar interaction with my bait without getting a few catfish mixed in between, or even like kind of like even out, like, you know, maybe 2 gar per 2 catfish sort of thing. But it was just, I don't even know. Those gar were ravenous, and it was annoying because I would hook them all the way out there, you know, 50, 60 yard cast, reel them about 75% of the way in, and then they would come unpinned, which, you know, it really didn't bother me that much actually, because I didn't want to land them, and I didn't want to climb down there to go land them. I was basically just going to try to reel them up the side of the wall. And that was my plan for the catfish too, unless I hooked up with something really, really big, because that gear is stout enough to, you know, to reel a 5 to 10 pound catfish up the side of that wall. No biggie. But that bite never happened. Ran out of bait 2 different times. I didn't want to go back down there and do it again, because I had already been out there like, I don't even know, like 6.5, 7 hours just out there on that wall baking in the sun, and not catching anything. So I'm sure y'all have experienced days like today, but it was just a bummer. I didn't even really want to post this video because we didn't smash them, and I like to post videos where I or me and Jay or me and whoever is catching a lot of fish. But that just kind of goes to show you that's how fishing is. You're not always going to smash them, but it's still always a lot of fun getting out there and going through the motions, going through the process of hoping to hook up with something. And it just makes, you know, that future fishing trip where you do smash them that much better. We're gonna be going back out there again, not real soon, but sometime in the near future, to try to get a little bit of redemption. Maybe when the water goes down a little bit, or they just change the flows up, or I don't know. Today was crazy, but hopefully y'all enjoyed the video. If y'all did, do me a favor, hit that thumbs up button, subscribe to the channel. Again, big thanks to Piscifun for sponsoring today's video. Check out their link down in the video description. Use our code CJ18 if you'd like to pick up some reels. Those reels are awesome, great catfish reels, and y'all will see them getting put to the test, where we actually do catch some catfish and some big ones. But until then, thanks for watching, and we'll see y'all on the next one. Bye, guys. Well, we didn't catch very many catfish today, but let's see if we can drain some putts. It's currently 11:55 p.m. We've got 5 minutes to turn this day around. I got 4 putters. We're like 20 feet out. Cash. Cash. Ooh, left side spit out. 2 putts, 2 catfish. I'll take it.